Disney World is for kids, right? Wrong. Disney World is for everybody. And anybody that disagrees with me, write in the comment below and I'll tell you why you're wrong. But we'll listen to this video because you will know. I hope that I can change your mind. Just a couple thinking, I don't know whether I should go about kids or should we go? I mean, are we too old? Well, let me tell you now, no one is ever too old to visit Disney World. And like I say, let's delve into why. Firstly, you can take advantage at night times at the park. I don't know why, but even indoors rides at a theme park are so much better at night. If you've got small children, then they're not going to want to stay till 2 o'clock in the morning. You may have parents which do bring them along, but I can guarantee you they won't nearly enjoy it because they'll be so tired and they'll be hurting. If you're like me and you're like, I will go and have fun no matter what the cost, then you will have fun because you'll be walking around having all these, and the queues get so much shorter at night as well, so you can properly utilise Disney magic hours. When the parks are really dead, you can get much more done, and just being in a theme park at night, you're never too old for that because it's just so much fun. It's just awesome, and it's a bit, kind of creepy at the same time. Certainly not for children. Next, you can be a lot more flexible with your time. I mean, you don't have to spend all your time at the parks. You can maybe go in the mornings when the queues are dead, go home or do a little bit of shopping, you don't have to really stick to a schedule. Children like to be structured, have their food and do stuff that they want. You can really do more of what you want, so you don't even have to be in the parks. You can go back to the hotel, spend the morning swimming or just having a good time without just relaxing. And like I said, it's just that schedule which we always say that you won't get everything done, but as an adult you can at least kind of structure things a lot more the way that you want it, or just really chill out, not really having anywhere else to be or anything to do, or really worrying about anybody else apart from yourself. You can have a romantic meal, just you and your other half. Don't have to worry about anybody else. Family meals are really great. I love family meals, but sometimes when you're just a really nice place on holiday or vacation, you just want to have that romantic meal. With kids, you can't do that, and Disney boasts some of the best restaurants in Orlando or in Florida, or you could argue some of the best food in the world even, if you wanted to go that far. But just have that overlooking the castle. I know you have to be properly dressed up formally if you want to go to the California Grill, which is you get an elevator to the top floor of the Contemporary, where you can have a really fancy meal, and at the right time you can watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks, which sounds extremely romantic, and it's something you really only want to share with your partner as an adult. Also, go to fancy restaurants. You don't really want to leave your kids in the hotel room or somewhere else, or send them off to some, with anybody else, really. I wouldn't, but again, comment below if you disagree with me. I want to hear you if you disagree with me as well as if you do. Next point, alcohol. You can get wrecked at the Disney parks, completely sloshed. There's this thing that we have at Epcot, which is Drink Around the World, where there's 11 pavilions, and you just take a drink out of all of them, drinking or tasting all the different beverages around the world. From Canada to Mexico, there's a lot of countries in between that. It's a lot more than just that. You can have so many different beverages. We like the watermelon beer in the German pavilion. Personally, definitely try that if you ever get to there. If you are ever at the German pavilion and want to drink. And bringing your children, it's just a bit cruel. I'm gonna get drunk. You stay here. Billy. Oh yeah. What I'm going with? This is a message saying don't drink and supervise children. Or do. Hey, well, I don't control you. Next point, you can go on all of the rides without worrying about height requirements. For example, the Everest ride is 1 meter 4 inches. You have to be that tall to ride on it. So if you're a thrill seeker, you don't really want to be worrying about anybody else. Or apart from if your other half doesn't like those kinds of rides, then they can hold the bags. So say you've got you, your wife, and a child, a toddler. Well, you'd have to ride it by yourself, whilst your other half has the child, or just not go on those rides. But you like those kinds of rides. You don't want to miss out. So I mean, you could try like ride swap, but I wouldn't be happy leaving my child with a stranger. A lot of creeps around us in this world, in this day and age. But also, what happened to us at our last trip is we got into the Twilight Zone, and we hadn't even got to the ride yet. The lights just went out in the pre-showing bit, the previewing movie thing that they have, and this kid just started like crying. He obviously didn't want to be there, and the dad was just bringing him on. I explained, go into a lot more detail. I don't want to explain it again. I explained a lot more in our rides video, like what happened. But oh yeah, it was just annoying. I felt upset for the child, for the kid. I felt, because they don't want to go on the ride. They're not going to like it. You're just making them. You're just scaring them. And although as an adult I might find that a bit funny, but I could also see how it could be cruel to a child to take them onto a ride which they're terrified of. Next point, you don't have to get pictures with the Disney characters if you don't want to. The child is definitely going to want to have their picture with the character. Doesn't matter how long that they're in that queue for, they're going to have to wait. I mean, we alone waited an hour and a half just to get a picture with Donald and Goofy. We only did that once. It was okay, but I don't want to do that every single time that we see a character, because the child will drag you off, and sometimes you get right to the front and then say, okay, he's just going in and having a break, so he'll be back out in 20 minutes. And in that Florida sun, you don't want to be doing that. You only really want to be queuing up for the ones with really tiny little queues, or you get a fast pass to the ones which are indoors, like the princesses, or with Mickey. But the point is, you don't have to do it as an adult. Well, I'd hope that you could retain yourself so you don't run up to a guy dressed as Mickey. You get to carry a lot less things. Okay, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of bloggers, which say if you've got kids, you want to take loads of colouring books, you want to take pictures, stories, have all this stuff in your bag, because you'll be waiting in line with children for a long time. However, they always forget to miss this one point, and that how big is your bag going to be? You're going to have to carry so much stuff in your bag, like ponchos, extra drinks, food, whatever it is. You're going to have to carry that, and it's just a lot more stuff to carry. And then, unless you want to pay out for one of those lockers and keep having to go fetch stuff, put it back in, wasting more time, you don't want to be bringing stuff. I think we bring 2 bags, but they're not that full. They're just literally filled with drinks to the brim, saving us more money because we take our drinks with us. And guess what? Okay, this is something that really frustrates me about Disney. At Universal, outside most of the rides, there's these lockers which you can put your stuff in and then go, so you don't have to take it on the rides with you. Disney doesn't have those lockers, so you're stuck with taking these bags onto the ride. And I really don't like taking these bags onto the ride with me, for the Aerosmith Twilight Tower, because it doesn't matter how safe the ride is or how secure you've got it in between your legs. I'm always a bit paranoid about taking stuff on with me. I don't really want to leave it by the side because, again, thieves, so many thieves. And I don't have to keep running to lockers and running back, running here, forth, back, or paying out for loads of drinks or stuff essential things that I need, which I could get for $2 at Walmart. Carry less stuff and essentially save time and money. Final point is really just do the kids stuff anyway. I mean, if there's not much of a queue, then just do it. Don't be waiting 2-3 hours for a really late ride, which which you'll kind of enjoy, but not as much as the wait. But really, it's just having that fun, just being able to be a kid without having to look after anybody else. It's just so fun. You can really let yourself go. I mean, if you are I went as a teenager, but it's so much different being much more in control, going as an adult to Disney World and all these theme parks. Just as an adult, you got so much more that you can do, and you don't only really appreciate that as an adult. But really, again, and that's really the end of our list. So, what do you think? Do you agree with me? And even if you disagree with me, tell me below. Is Disney World worth going to if you're just an adult, or is it just for kids? I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me, or tell me if you have, if you thought of these points or whether I'm right or wrong. Tell me. Like this video and share it around. And if you're new to Planet Mark, hello, and subscribe to Planet Mark. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Planet Mark Vlog or Facebook.com/Planet Mark Vlog. or Laura's personal Instagram at Laura Goodbrand. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.